It started when her owner, Elena, unceremoniously threw her out of the house. Neya's collar was unhooked, the front doors were opened before her, and she found herself out in the cold, unfamiliar driveway. Confusion filled her eyes as she tried to make sense of the situation. She had never chewed or broken anything. Why was she being cast out now? Neya whimpered and lay down on a neighbor's doormat, staring sadly at the closed door that had been her gateway to the world for so many years. She had spent most of her life in that apartment, where her owner had brought her as a puppy. Hours passed, and Neya's heart sank even further as the landlady emerged from the building, carrying luggage. The dog perked up on her paws, hoping for some recognition, but the woman simply walked past her as if she didn't exist. A little later, a kind-hearted young man named Neya exited a neighboring door and accidentally nudged Neya as he passed. Startled, the dog yelped and fled a few steps away. Neya quickly called out to her, "Hey, Neya, don't be afraid." "Are you lost?" He reached out to pet her gently. "Let's call your apartment and make your landlady happy." Neya dialed the number, but no one answered. The landlady had moved on without a second thought. Frustrated and worried about the dog, Neya called another apartment on their floor. An elderly lady named Zenaida answered the door and listened to Neya's inquiries about Elena Nikolaevna. "She's gone to her sister's in the neighboring town," Zenaida explained. "Said she's selling the apartment and has already found a buyer. As for the dog, I guess she didn't want to be bothered with it." Neya sighed and looked down at Neya. "I see. Nobody needs you, Neya." But Neya couldn't bear to leave her alone in this situation. He decided to rent the apartment, even though the landlady forbade him from having animals. Determined to help Neya, he called several animal shelters, but all of them were full and couldn't take her in. Frustrated but resolute, Neya dialed the landlady's number and explained that he needed to move out urgently. The landlady asked for the reason, and Neya told her the story of Neya and how he had decided to keep the dog. There was a long silence on the other end of the line, and then the landlady's voice came through, stern but somewhat softened. "All right, Neya, you can stay. But if anything happens to the apartment, the repairs will be entirely at your expense." Quote,